Working in customer support is never easy. Working in tech support? I can't even imagine. Welcome to this episode of Tales from Tech Support. Our first tale is from Forever1337. So, a little background. I run a small IT repair business in a rural area. A local small business called me a few months back to do a couple small jobs. I fixed their issues and seemed like I had gained a new client. Fast forward to now, I got a call about another company drilling a hole through a wall and shorting electrical wires, frying the computer and printer. I looked at both devices and the customer decided that it would be better to replace them than fix them. I order the replacement units and go to install them. The owner doesn't know anything about their system or how it was set up. They also have multiple emails and don't know what email is used for what accounts, and doesn't know the passwords to pretty much anything. I'm fumbling through trying to get this set up like it was before, but without being able to boot up the old machine and them not knowing literally anything about how the machine was set up, I couldn't really get their stored passwords back. The owner and secretary didn't even know if they were signed into the web browsers to be backing up that info in the first place. He also thought that he was using iCloud to back up everything on the computer, because that's how his laptop is set up. It turns out his laptop didn't have iCloud, it had OneDrive, and the computer that crashed didn't even have that set up. I tried to explain to him that OneDrive wouldn't be backing up the passwords stored in his web browser anyway. The owner starts getting frustrated with the situation and starts taking it out on me. He says he wants this to never happen again and wants to know if I can make that happen. I tried to gently explain to him why it happened in the first place, because him and no one else knows anything about the computer, and I didn't set it up to know how it was in the first place. And while yes, I could do that, it isn't quite just that simple. He cuts me off and says it's a yes or no question. Can you make it so this never happens again? I tried to explain to him that it's not really a yes or no answer, and the fact that he has so many emails and accounts spread across all of them, that it's a little more than just a yes answer. That I could help him do it, but it was going to entail a lot of fixing things, and that he would still have the responsibility of knowing what accounts he is using where, and what the passwords are. Otherwise, he'll be back to the same situation again, especially if it's not me doing the job in the future. He gets pissed and starts telling me that he would expect a professional like myself would be able to do these type of things, and make it so a person who doesn't know anything can do this, and that he's going to find someone else to do his computer work from now on. Gotta love it when a business has no backup plan, doesn't know anything about any of their accounts or how stuff works at all, and then expects you to just be a magic worker and it to just be done in some unrealistic way they want it done. I'm thinking I dodged a bullet, because this guy would have not remembered anything 10 seconds after I left, and when something happens, and he is in the same boat again, he would have blamed me. I can't help but feel like this business is one that probably doesn't do too well, especially if they don't even have backups, which most businesses have at least some way to back their stuff up, and at least know how their stuff works. I just can't help but think they're gonna end up in this situation again. This next tale is by Spetty23. I get a call direct on my work cell phone well before my regular start time. Although it's before my start time, I usually answer the call anyway, in case it's because of a site outage, major incident, something like that. Hi Spetty23, low-level manager here. Other higher-level employee gave me your number. I'm at a small remote site and I've forgotten my laptop power supply at home and the battery in my laptop is completely flat. Can you let me know if you have any spare power supplies here? No, I don't think we do. They all use desktops there. Okay, well, what can I do? I would have to drive all the way home to get my power supply. Perhaps there's a spare computer you can use there? Or maybe you can ask around in case someone does have a laptop with a power supply you can borrow. No, I've already asked around and no one has one. Everything I need is on my laptop. I really need this working. You might have to drive back home to get your power supply then. I find find it ridiculous that you don't have spares. Can you call my manager and let him know that I will be offline for a few hours whilst I... And they make this next part sound very exacerbated. Go home and get my power supply so I can work. No, but seeing as you are on the phone to me now, I'm sure you can call them as you have access to a phone. Now, the part of me questions, did this employee just want to have a day off, or did they really just forget their power supply? I guess at the end of the day, it's like a Tootsie Roll Pop. The world may never know. And our final tale is from Freak from Sweden. Hello again. Thought I would share one of the last calls I had this week before my vacation. Like I've said in all my stories here before, our users are what I would describe as above average in computer literacy. So when calls like this come in, it's often one of two things, and they are all actual real problems. Some background. About 6 months ago, we migrated away from direct access for remote access to a more robust standalone VPN solution. This migration went great and has been working flawlessly, for most. When issues arise, it's often a missing VPN site in the client or something related to the SMAL and MF authentication. Hello, I can't connect from my home. The VPN is not working. I need to get my job done now. Okay, when you click connect, are you prompted to configure a VPN site or do you get past that? No, I click on connect and the tiny icon spins for 2 minutes and nothing happens. We have a remote access web portal for our users as well. This portal is set up to be able to do limited work from any machine through the web browser, like reporting work hours, for example. The site makes us use our IDP. If users can access this site, they can access the SAML portal and the VPN should work. Okay, can you reach the domain.se in your browser? We have a discussion back and forth and the user is just getting annoyed with me. No, nothing is working. This has never been an issue before. This new system is bad and broken. Do you have a network connect? For example, can you reach newswebsite.se? No! What does that have to do with anything? I need to work. I need my documents and programs. What does that have to do with anything? How about everything? I roll my eyes at myself. Should have started there. My users have spoiled me. 99.9% of our user base knows what a VPN is for, and that you will need a network connection for it to work. Apparently, I found the 0.1%. You'll have to connect to your home network before you connect to the VPN to reach your documents. The user is basically yelling at me at this point. That's what the VPN is for! To connect me to the network! Why else would I bother with this? I then had to explain to the user for quite some time that the VPN does not grant her access to the internet and that it requires a network connection function. In the future, I will remember that users are users and I will treat them as such. Now I will take my summer break and wind down from this. Perhaps my faith in my users will be restored over the summer? It's gotta be great working in tech support when most of your users are somewhat tech savvy and actually know a bit about what's going on to make the process smoother. But when you do get that 0.1% who seemingly know absolutely nothing, it seems like a nightmare. Alright, that's enough tales for the day. Well, that wraps up this episode of Tales from Tech Support. If you liked the video, please drop a like, share my content on all of your social media, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell so you're notified every time I upload, and drop a comment down below. It really helps with the algorithm and helps new people find my channel. Thanks for watching, thanks to my patrons and super thanks contributors. Have a great day and stay safe out there.